Now let's take it back a little bit. What type of student were you in school?
No, well, I was homeschooled, so for the most part, I would say annoying because it's like, oh, mom. Then after a while, then it was like tutors. Like, you know, once I got to a certain age, my mom like couldn't, you know, obviously she can't teach everything.
Yeah.
So I would go see tutors like once a week. They would give me homework for the entire week. I would have to teach myself shit, and then go in and take tests, and like that was it. So I think I was pretty good. I mean, I got through it. I had to do it alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I made it happen.
School for me, bro, was fucking just lit. Like, I love school, bro.
He had
like,
the social life. I didn't.
I had
have that.
yeah, and I was really like the class clown, but I was the class clown that got everybody else in trouble. Like, I be the one like clocking them goddamn B's and A's, and you got to see because you was laughing at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, school was amazing, bro. Like, no fucking like bragging shit, but I was like prom prince and prom king in high school.
Seriously?
Like my junior year, I was motherfucking prom prince.
You were prom king too?
And then senior year, I was prom king. Like, nigga, I won back to back. Nigga, I got championships in high school, nigga. For real. I wasn't the nigga on the field. I was the nigga in the bleachers with your girlfriend having a great conversation. That was cool as mad, bro. Like, in high school, you know what I'm saying?
I believe that.
As far as middle school and like elementary school, bro, I got my real like bad phase out, bro, because I was like a real mannish nigga, like running laps in gym and smack girls on the booty and goddamn keep running and they laughing, but then when they had like a sexual harassment like a meeting in school, I started getting told on and like, bro, yo, elementary and middle school, bro, we were turned, bro. Like,
that's terrible.
that shit got bad, bro. But like, yeah, man, it was cool, man. It was a great lesson. I feel like it made me the guy who I am now because I got all the bullshit out before, you know. So, man, school was cool, man. I hate Quentin to get to go through that shit, bro. But if he was with me, that nigga would have been in trouble a lot.
I did get to go for half a semester. It was South Gwinnett, Lewis Williams senior year. I was able to go.
Oh, yeah.
I begged my mom. She let me go for half a semester. The only reason it was half a semester is because they tried to make me do these crazy placement tests, and like, if I failed one, I had to start school over. So I didn't go. But man, South Gwinnett senior year for Lewis Williams, that shit was lit. Shout out to Gwinnett County. I got love for the North.
Now, were you homeschooled your whole entire?
Like up until like junior high-ish, you know what I'm saying? Then it got to a point where it's like, okay, I can't teach you this stuff. I gotta get people to teach you, you know, like. Yeah.
But that was still I guess.
It was still homeschool, you know what I'm saying? It was, the technical term for it is independent studies, but it's homeschool. You're at home all the time.
Yeah.
Now, what was the reasoning behind that? Was it a certain reason why she wanted
actually,
you
I
homeschooled?
mean, it's actually a kind of noble reason. I'm not mad at my mom for it. The public school system, I don't know if you remember Pine Ridge Elementary, but they tried to tell her that my brother was slow or whatnot, and she wasn't going for it. And so she was like, you know what, like, I'll just teach him myself. And she didn't, my brother's 1 year older than me, and she didn't want him to be by himself, so, you know, I had to, that's all I really knew though, you know. But it turns out that he wasn't, so obviously she made the right decision, you know.
So you never had the homecoming or the prom experience?
I mean, I went to a homecoming that year, the sophomore year. Like, I went to a homecoming dance that year too, so I got to experience that. I never got to experience prom. It's just a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff from high school that, like, you know, I watch on like The Wood and shit, and like I watch Boy Meets World, and that's my imagination of high school. Like, I don't have the real thing.
Saved by the Bell?
Saved by the Bell and shit like that, yeah.
Now, Mac, let me ask you this. You graduated?
Yeah, from Georgia State.
Let me ask you this. How important, or I guess, would you recommend, because, you know, there's a lot of different people, like, for instance, like Kanye West was a college dropout, and he's done amazing well for himself without college. And then, so there's people that swear by college, and there's people that really don't agree with college. What's your take on that, then going through and graduating? Is that something you recommend? Or?
Man, I would definitely recommend it, man, if you could, you know, like as far as like the student loans and shit, bro, like you gotta know for a fact that if you get this degree, you finna go out here and make some shit pop, because that ain't your money, bro. Like, and if you ain't built for that, then don't do it. Like, you're gonna have to take loans unless you just ran up a major check and you're gonna pay for your whole education, you know what I'm saying? So, as far as, you know, going through school, I did that shit for my people. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of people in my family that graduated. So, I feel like my mom gonna hate me for saying that, but like, she not gonna hate me, but she just gonna like be disappointed that I'm saying that. But like, I did that for her. I did that for them. I felt school was a game, and however you played it, if you played your cards right, nigga, you would make it, and that's what happened with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did a lot of studying, bro, like to just make them happy, and now that I made them happy, I feel like now I can be on my real fuck shit now. You know what I'm saying? I got something to really fall back on. I could go corporate if this shit don't work. You know what I'm saying? And climb my way up. Like,
the great thing about him graduating from college though is that while he was doing this shit, he was still turning up the same way.
The same way, nigga. I would be like,
I never saw that before. Most people I see in college would be like, oh, I can't do anything. I gotta say, he'd still be lit.
I be lit, nigga, getting up at like, for real, like 8 a.m., like going to sleep at 4 just to go in class so I could catch them notes. Like, all I want to catch is them notes, and then I'm out. Like, you know, I didn't even stay most of my classes. I would just get the most important shit, and I'm out. Nigga might take a nap, because I was turned last night. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like the life I chose, bro. Like, I knew that I had to be committed to that shit, bro. And if you're gonna do anything outside of like your major, like as far as music, if you like doing music but you're a marketing major like what I was, like I'm a marketing major, but I wanted to do music, like make sure that shit can intertwine. I can market myself, you know? So if you wanna do anything outside of like your major, just make sure that shit has some kind of intertwine to it, because like if I was going to school for like biology, like I would really have to put that shit on pause and do rap. But like now that I have a marketing degree, I can still do rap and still kind of bring my, you know, marketing degree into it. So I would definitely suggest it if it makes sense, and it has to be in sync to what you really ultimately want to do, what your dream is.
And back on the homeschooling thing, I mean, you said that you have a daughter.
Yeah.
Do you recommend that since you've been through the homeschool, you got a little taste of public school?
Hell no. I'm just saying.
Would you recommend homeschooling for people?
I personally did not like homeschool, but at the same time, it made me me. So who knows how I would have been if I would have went to public school? Maybe I would have been ignorant. Like, I was very impressionable at a young age. I guess as far as recommending it, I mean, look, you just got to know your child. I mean, my mom knew that, you know, she knew her sons. She knew that what they were trying to tell her about her sons was wrong, and we turned out pretty good. So it just depends, man. Depends, man. If it's you, if it works for you, run it. But just know that the child is gonna miss out on a lot of stuff, and he's gonna have to catch up for it in his 20s. He or she. I'm still learning shit now that I feel like I would have been learning in high school.
Jobs you had growing up, if any?
I worked at, my first job was Wendy's. I quit that in a week. My second job was this Italian restaurant called Fazoli's. I quit that in like 3 months. My favorite job that I had, but it was the worst paying job, was AMC. I worked at AMC Discover Mills. Well, now Sugarloaf Mills. That was one of the most fun times of my life. 18 years old. I'm working at the movies, free movies, all my dates, you know what's popping, baby. Don't ask what we're about to do. We're gonna get some food and we're going to the movies. Like, you know it. Like, it was awesome. It was perfect. I went to the movies. Then I got signed. Then I got dropped. Then then I sold cable for Comcast. And then I worked at Target. And then I worked at Publix in a bakery. So yeah, I have a work history.
Plethora of jobs.
But I can't list any of those jobs because the way that like I left them were either quit or like fired or whatever. So technically on paper, I never worked.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Me, I really only had like 2 jobs. Like I work at a golf course. I work at East Lake Golf Course. Indicator, you know what I'm saying? It's actually Zone 6, but yeah, I've been working there for 10 years, bro. Like I've been working there since I was 15 years old, and it started as a summer job. But I was like, nah, bro. Like this shit is very lucrative. I'm not about to let this shit go. So I kept rocking with that, you know what I'm saying? And then I still actually have it to this day. Like anytime I want to go back, I could just, you know what I'm saying, get it in. And I actually just got a job at Nike at Lenox. Come through, shot with your boy, ladies only, because I got a feet phobia on men. But yeah, so that's pretty much like the second job that I've only had. And shout out to Satrice, you know what I'm saying, 3017 Goddess. She goddamn got that shit for me. So that's pretty much the only 2 jobs that I ever worked, man. And I enjoy them both. And it gets them bills paid for sure.
Shout out to Nike.
Shout out to the fucking swoosh, man. You just say for no reason.
It means something.
Now, any crazy customer stories dealing with any of those jobs?
Of course.
Anything that stick out?
I used to get when I like used to sell cable over the phone. Like really, I was technically supposed to sell the telephone line, and the cable was like an incentive or whatnot. But like I used to just be like, man, whatever. Like I'm selling it anyway. And then I used to get sarcastic with customers too. There was one lady that was like, she was like, I gotta go. My dog is barking. I said, do you work at a kennel? And she was like, what? Is that sarcasm? I was like, look, do you want this cable package or not? But she actually bought it, but I got in so much fucking trouble for it. I didn't understand it. Like, she paid for the fucking cable. But
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good one or not.
Shit, the only like bizarre story I got about my jobs was like, it was at the golf course, and it was like one of my, like, you usually carry like one bag, you know what I'm saying, like with a guy. So like when you like rank up, you kind of goddamn like throw 2 of them bitches on your arms and walk that shit out. So this is my first time having this shit going, and like it's like this dude, man, he's like so obnoxious, man, prick, got spiked hair, like real prick guy, man. So like we almost halfway done, and I'm like kind of struggling up the hill. And I'm 15, bro. Like, I'm little as fuck, G. Like, I'm already skinny now, but, like, I got heart. So, like, I was humping it up the hill. He was like, yo, could you hurry up? And I was like, oh, this boy don't know who I'm in, dude. You don't know who I'm is. I took the bags off, dropped them, and was like, all right, good luck on finding another caddy, nigga. I'm going right back to where I came from, nigga. Fuck you. I'm not no goddamn slave. You gonna wait on me. We not holding nobody up. Nigga, we gonna get to it, bro. Like, and that shit kind of got me some real leather skin, bro, because that was like one of the worst experiences.
You had the best job.
Yeah, that shit's lit.
I had a plethora of bad ones.
What's the worst thing you put your parents through?
I think I put my parents through shit when I was in like elementary school. Like I would just be like a class clown, like real, just like super funny dude. Like, and I used to like, man, it was for instance, man, one time I knew my progress report was gonna be some ass. So I just goddamn went to my crib and I was like on some shit like, I'm like, Mom, I'm gonna be big one day. So I'm gonna do my autograph and you do yours. So I did my autograph. She did her autograph, and I took that paper and I went and I was copying her signature like the whole time, like for like 20 minutes, so I could sign this progress report. So goddamn, I signed a progress report, and man, get that shit to the school. I get called to the office. Oh shit! So I get called to the office, principal's office, and she was like, "So you know, you got like a nice history of getting in trouble, bruh, but." You know, and so the fact of the matter is we got a lot of documents signed by your mama, bruh. So here's a document that was signed by your mama, and this is the one that we got in today. Them ain't going, bruh. So they was like, your mom's on the phone right now. She just heard everything we said. So,
Dang.
bro, I had some fucked up time, bro. Like, I was turned, bro. I was very turned as a kid, dog.
I drove my oldest brother's car into a tree. Yeah, that happened.
How old are you?
I was like 10, 11. And so like he stopped to see this girl, and I was in the backseat of the car, and he was like, "All right, y'all hold on one second." He just left the car and went in the house, and the car was just on, and my brother was like, "Hey," and my other brother, he was like, "Hey, if you put it in drive, the car will go." And I was like, "No, it won't. You gotta press the gas too." He's like, "No, that's all you gotta do." So I did it. And I was like, "Oh shit, it was moving." I put it in park, but it didn't stop. So my brother jumped out the car, and I just like stayed in it, and we like ran over a mailbox, and then it ran into a tree.
Do you blame homeschooling for that?
Nah, I was just a bad kid.
Ain't no better.
I was just bad, man. I was really hyper. I wasn't as Clooney as I am today.
What's your message to the youth?
Stay out of trouble, man. Like, my parents always told me, dog, like, you get in trouble in groups, man. Like, try to stay, like, less as clicked up as possible, bro. Like, all our circles are very small, man. Like, we may have, like, sub-circles that, like, are kind of, like, outside of our circle that we kind of still mess with, but for the most part, man, keep that shit to a minimum. You know what I'm saying? And also everything in moderation, man. Like, I know you gonna smoke your little weed, you gonna do what you do, bro, but
Yeah.
do that shit in moderation.
Know
bro.
yourself.
Know yourself,
No
bro.
pun intended.
Know your fucking self, dog.
I'm not gonna sit here and be like, don't do this, don't do that, because I turn up. But I know myself, you know what I'm saying? Know yourself.
Know your limits.
Everything ain't for everybody. I don't smoke weed like that. I like weed, but I don't smoke weed like Wiz Khalifa, you know what I'm saying? Like, know yourself, man.
Yeah.
And if I say anything, I would just say, look, man, like, to the young people out there, like, don't listen to people that's trying to tell you that this is how life is supposed to go, bro. There's no one fucking way to live this life. There's no manual. None of us asked to be here. And we just have to do our best, man. Try your best, man. That's all I can say.